Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be talking about character archetypes and well, do they even exist in MK11 and are they as strong as they used to be in previous NRS games, and so on and so forth. And for people who are new to like fighting games and probably play the game at a casual level, you're probably thinking, what are archetypes? Archetypes are literally how a character is meant to play. So a good example of this would be Deadshot in Injustice 2. He was a zoner, right? That's his archetype. Whereas Cabal in MK9 had a rushdown archetype, So basically what your character is meant to do is what their archetype is, whether it's rush down, zoning, play a good, really good neutral game, or anything like that. So you guys are probably like, alright, just get to it. Does MK11 have archetypes? And yes, the game does have archetypes. I'm not gonna discredit the game from that. It does have archetypes, but the problem with it's not really a problem, it's kind of like a pro and a con. It's MK11 has I don't want to say this that way, I don't get put in the wrong foot with people, but MK11, like I've said previous times, is a very fair game, except for a few characters like Jackie here and Joker and Cetrion, which in my opinion are unfair. But anyway, because MK11 is very fair, people complain about the lack of archetypes in this game. And although archetypes are very fun way to play characters, in particular like Jackie, I know people like playing upgraded Jackie because it's fun. That's how she plays. People like playing Liu Kang because that's rushed down and that's how he plays, right? And the thing is with the archetypes is when you give characters certain archetypes and certain tools for those archetypes, it can make and break a character, and I think that's very important to sustain within the community, because in the MK community, a lot of people complain about this game lacking depth and archetypes, as as they say. But the problem is when you have archetypes, it creates imbalances in the game, and MK9 is a perfect example of that. So if you guys haven't seen MK Rio's videos on MK9, he explains the game very well and goes to a few characters that play the game very well. And the problem with that game was everyone played really well. Like, there was not one character who, like, if you put every single character that was in MK9 in MK11, you would say it was fair because of how the gameplay is in MK11. But in MK9, it was super unfair because of the way the game played. And certain characters like Cabal, Freddy Krueger, I know Noob Saibot wasn't very strong, but he was very annoying for some people. All that sort of stuff was, and Kenshi, they were really good at the game, and in some instances they were pretty broken. And they had like clear archetypes where Kenshi was a pure, like, You know, he could hit you from anywhere, neutral character, he could hit you from close, medium, far. You know, Cabal was constantly in your face, making you guess on random block advantage, you know, and Freddy Krueger with plus frames, with his zoning from full screen, or, you know, even half screen, all that sort of stuff. And because some characters had had very strong archetypes, it created a lot of imbalances in that game. And although, like I said, although I said no character, it's very hard to put. No character was bad, but there were characters that were bad at the game, and that's what made people not want to play Kano, not want to play Shiva. Although they were like good, they were still really bad compared to other characters, because of the other characters and their archetypes were so much stronger than, you know, characters like Kano and Shiva and all that sort of stuff, and in some instances Sub-Zero. Whereas in MK11 we have a very toned down version of archetypes. The only characters that really stick to archetypes are the characters that are unfair, in my opinion, in this game. And these characters are Jackie. So no matter what variation you pick with Jackie, so they're not tournament variant, these first three are. So first round KO, right? It's a total rushdown variation. That's all she does. She has no projectiles in her base kit. Nothing. She's just a rushdown character. And in this, she's meant to play a bit of a neutral game, but at the core of Jackie Briggs is what makes her character so strong, and that's why she's a rushdown character and is so true to being a rushdown character. And Upgraded is just rushdown on roids. Is basically Cabal MK9, in my opinion, for MK11. It's ridiculous, and because she sticks to the rushdown archetype very closely, she is very strong at the game, and in my opinion is very unfair. And then you have Joker, which is his third and first variation is okay, but I want to focus on his second variation, which gives him the archetype of this neutral trap character, right? Where he's just gonna make you guess to take your turn back, and if you don't know what you're doing against this character, you're basically just might as well put the controller down. The thing is, like, because Joker is very strong and true to his trap and neutral game, he is very unfair in MK11. I know my main Liu Kang struggles against Joker so much, except, you know, you have to make a right read when you put the trap down, and then, like, that's the only advantage you have as a Liu Kang player is when you make the read. You can either do like 1-2, you know, bicycle kick to get away from the trap, or if they do the trap, you just do bicycle kick straight away to get away from the trap. But some characters don't have that luxury, right? So, and because of how good Joker is at neutral, he totally discards Liu Kang's rushdown. So because he's so good at neutral, like Johnny Cage and Joker are so good at neutral, they totally shut down Liu Kang's game plan. Because one of Liu Kang's weaknesses is his neutral game. In my opinion, his neutral game just sucks. People say forward 4 is a neutral tool. It's really not. Like, it's so easily whiff punished. I've seen it so many times happen to me, and I've done it to other people. It's really not good. And then there's characters who don't have fast advancing like moves like Liu Kang. Let's say Shang Tsung is one of them. He has a forward advancing move, but it's not very fast. Kotal Khan could probably get away with it, I'm not sure. And then the Sindel. Sindel, in my opinion, just gets totally roasted by Joker. Just can't move, can't do anything. Unless you literally constantly do forward 4 up 3, forward 4 up 3. That's literally all you can do against Joker. And then Scarlet can't even play her game, which is meant to be zoning, because of how Joker plays. And if the Joker plays really good and knows how to flawless block and stuff and has good reactions, then you're pretty much screwed as a Scarlet player. Even Sub-Zero totally, in his Avalanche variation, gets literally like shit on by Joker. Spawn is okay, only because of his 3-4 string. That's literally the only good string he has. Nightwolf hasn't got too much range on him, except for forward 1-2, I believe it is. He might be able to avoid some of Joker's stuff, but you guys will get what I'm saying is, because Joker is so strong and true to the neutral and trap archetype, he is very strong and unfair at the game. And then my other character that I also think is very unfair is Cetrion. Cetrion is ridiculous. Now, I know she's got nerfed and all that sort of stuff. She's like, you know, I know pre-patch Cetrion was ridiculous. But you have to keep in mind that not too many people were playing her back then, compared to now. I see a lot more Cetrion players now than I did back then. And the issue is, the more you play a character, or the more people play a character, the better the character is searched through, and you know, they look for the potential in the character, and Cetrion is one of these, because she's always meant to be good at the game, right? And if you go against a character that doesn't have a teleport in Cetrion's first variation, well, you just have to put up with her zoning. I know the only reason if you don't have a teleport is you have to have an air projectile to put up with her zoning in her first variation. I was thinking of other characters. A fast forward advancing special move like a reversal punish. But even still, Cetrion's strings are so good that it keeps her safe, and you can't flawless block most of them anyway, so can't really do that either. She has a strong keep away, zoning, and neutral game. Her neutral game only gets stronger in Halloween Winds because of deadly winds. She literally does that move after anything. She's safe, and you're a good distance away from her, and she's literally at jump distance all over again. And then there's her second variation, which kind of strays away from what she was meant to be, but even still, she can zone the hell out of you with the boulder from full screen, which is, I think it's plus 20 something. I'm not sure 100%, but I think it's plus 20. I'll check it out for you guys real quick. It's like plus 24 from full screen, which is her boulder, and then she has a full screen trap, frame trap. So it's even though she's really not meant to zone in this variation, she still can and does. Give me that. Whoops. So, is she blocking? Okay. So you're plus 24 there. And then you have this move, which is 18 frames. And see, that's minus 20. But that's fine, because if she's at full screen, she can do this. And then you gotta deal with this move right here, which is a full screen frame trap. You can't... I've tried everything. You can flawless block it, but it's very hard to do. Maybe that's just me, but Yeah, that is that. And then if you're too patient, she'll do this and then do this again. So then you're at a full screen frame trap all over again. Then you start jumping and then she does this. And then you get caught with a crushing blow. 30% and you're at full screen again. You try and play this neutral game with her. She comes here and does this. Pushes you full screen. She can also do the... she can also do this. You jump. I catch you with a crushing blow again. You know, it's just, there's so many things with this character. It's because she's not meant to zone in this variation, but she can anyway because of her tools.